I'm just starting to sink in everything that has been happening the last year. I'm driving a $500,000 car. And it's so crazy because coming from South London, like, we would only just talk about these things happening. And we'll just talk about it. We'll never actually imagine ourselves in this. And it's so crazy to me that now I'm in Dubai. This is work. Me driving a car like this is work. This is a rental. But it's crazy because today I've experienced something that I've never managed to experience before. I've been inside a Lambo. I've managed to get this. Tomorrow I'm going to get a G-Wagon. And I just look back and it's crazy because exactly 4 years ago, I remember being in my mother's house, laying down on my bed, crying, feeling completely lost that I left everything that I knew back home in London. And now, to have a community of over 500,000 people, creating an impact worldwide, having people that send me messages in the same apartment, that they follow my content, they love my content, and they live in the same apartment. I don't see the GMC, I don't see the G-Wagon, I don't see the 500,000 followers. What I see is me laying down on my bed in my mom's house crying, just lost. And sometimes you're not gonna know exactly where you're gonna go in life. Sometimes you will not have the clear path, but that's the beauty of it. This is where you actually prove it to yourself. And this is what I see when I see this. I see a kid who just kept on going, who kept on taking action regardless of how he felt. Even when things didn't make sense, he found a way out. And that's why I'm forever grateful, because I've realized that life is a build-up of moments. And this moment now, I cherish it, because this moment can be taken away from me. But one thing that can never be taken away from me is my will. Nothing that can be taken, the only thing that can never be taken away from me is the decisions that I make. And one of the best things that could have ever happened to me was when I reached the lowest that I could ever been, because from there I realized that I have nothing to lose. And we have 2 lives. And the moment you realize that you only have one, that's when you will actually start to make changes in your life. I'm so thankful for my younger self, for not caring about what people think, because ultimately, that's what stops you from doing things. It's fear. And when you realize what you're so afraid of, in 70 years from now, we're no longer going to be alive. And 70 years from now, what you done today, no one's going to remember, but you will. So it's crazy how life can change. To me, driving cars, to creating an impact worldwide, and it's just, I will talk about this shit. People around, like, I'm from South London, people say I want to drive Lambos, I want to drive cars, and no one would ever do it. And I didn't expect that. I come from a place where I lived underneath the Chinese restaurant. It doesn't make sense. And that's why I tell you guys, walk by faith and not by sight. You guys need to master the art of losing. You guys are so concerned with wanting to win, not making mistakes. Mistakes are the best things that can happen to you, because the more you make, the more you learn, and you don't repeat them again. That's how you grow. And I realized that I love making mistakes, and throughout the journey, people are going to judge you. People are going to say you're cringe. People are going to say something, but those people aren't meant for you. And it's like, it's your vision for a reason. No one else can see it, and don't try to convince someone else to understand what you see. You don't even know where you're going, and it's not going to make sense. You don't even know where you're going. But just keep on going is the best thing I can tell you. Because you know what? Right now, I'm just really soaking everything in right now as I'm making this video. And one day, this is all going to be normal. Driving nice cars, flying business class. And these are all things that I've wanted. And it's not the material, it's not the business class, it's not the cars. It's the hard work, the consistency, the discipline, the blind faith to keep on going, that materializes, that gives you that outcome. And I feel like if you don't have a dream, you have nothing. Because I remember going to work in retail and having these crazy dreams and not knowing how they were going to come about, but just knowing that I had this small glimpse of hope, that was enough for me. It kept me alive. My 5 to 9 was the thing that kept me alive. So never give up on your dreams. Always have a vision and always work towards it, because that's what's going to give you purpose, and you are your purpose, your progression, your impact. And this video wasn't planned at all, I promise you, and now we're just here, and I'm just grateful to have the people around me, because you are going to go through a phase where you are going to feel very alone. You're going to feel like no one understands you. Your own friends and your own family are going to go against you because they're trying to give you their best advice from what they know. Now, if they've never done what you're trying to do, you don't even know what you're trying to do. So build enough trust within self to keep on going. And I beg you, being victim and feeling sorry for yourself is not going to do anything for you. And I've been there. Because as much as your situation may seem bad right now, but you just complaining about it's just going to make you feel productive for not doing anything. And I want you guys to actually change. I don't know a creator out there that genuinely cares about your growth as much as I do. Now take action. Create the person that you admire. Give that person to the world. Give that person to your younger self. Be proud of who you are. Love you guys. That's Yunwa. Out. Bow.